Sushi is one of the few foods that feels truly global. You can find it in tiny restaurants, supermarkets, airports, and expensive dining spots almost anywhere in the world. But despite how common it feels today, sushi once existed only in small parts of Asia and looked very different from the version we know now. Over time, trade, immigration, and globalization helped transform it from a local Japanese dish into an international phenomenon enjoyed almost everywhere today. So how did sushi spread across the globe? The story of sushi is more than just food. It's a story of culture, travel, and how one Japanese tradition became a worldwide phenomenon. Let's dive in, right here, on History of Simple Things. Long before sushi became linked to elegant restaurants and raw fish, it began as a way to preserve seafood. Historians trace its origins to Southeast Asia over 1,000 years ago, where fish was stored in fermented rice to keep it edible longer. The rice was usually thrown away, while the preserved fish was eaten later. This method eventually reached Japan and slowly evolved over centuries. During the Edo period in the 1800s, sushi changed into something much closer to what we know today. Japanese chefs began serving fresh fish over vinegared rice, creating nigiri sushi. It became popular in Edo, now Tokyo, because it was quick, convenient, and easy to eat. This shift from preservation technique to fast meal helped lay the foundation for sushi's worldwide success. For centuries, Japan remained isolated from much of the world under the Tokugawa shogunate. That changed in the late 1800s during the Meiji Restoration, when Japan opened trade and diplomatic relations with other countries. As Japanese workers, merchants, and students traveled abroad, they brought their culture and food traditions with them. Japanese communities soon appeared in Hawaii, Brazil, and the west coast of the United States. Sushi was still unfamiliar to many Westerners, especially because raw fish seemed unusual at the time. Even so, Japanese restaurants slowly introduced sushi to curious locals, often adjusting ingredients and flavors to fit local tastes. Though sushi remained niche during the early 20th century, these immigrant communities helped plant the first seeds of sushi's global expansion. After World War II, Japan and the United States developed stronger cultural and economic ties, helping sushi spread beyond Japan. American soldiers stationed in Japan returned home familiar with Japanese cuisine, while Japanese businesses expanded internationally during the 1960s and 1970s. In cities like Los Angeles and New York, Japanese restaurants began attracting celebrities, business people, and curious diners. Sushi soon gained a reputation as modern and sophisticated. One major turning point was the invention of the California roll in North America. It used imitation crab, avocado, and hidden seaweed to make sushi less intimidating for Western customers. This adaptation made sushi easier for first-time eaters to enjoy. As sushi became more flexible and approachable, America helped turn it into a global food trend. As international travel grew during the late 20th century, sushi spread even faster around the world. Tourists visiting Japan experienced sushi firsthand and brought that curiosity back home. Japanese companies also expanded overseas, opening restaurants across Europe, Asia, and Latin America. Television, magazines, and later the internet helped present sushi as stylish, modern, and healthy. Celebrity chefs and cooking shows introduced more people to Japanese cuisine, while sushi's colorful presentation made it visually appealing. Improvements in refrigeration and seafood transportation also made fresh fish easier and safer to ship internationally. This allowed more authentic sushi to be served outside Japan. By the 1990s and early 2000s, sushi restaurants had become common in shopping malls, supermarkets, and cities across the globe. Today, sushi represents more than just food. It reflects globalization, cultural exchange, and changing attitudes toward eating. In many countries, sushi became linked to healthy lifestyles because of its fish, rice, and lighter portions. Restaurants promoted it as fresh and carefully prepared compared to heavily processed fast food. Social media also boosted its popularity, turning sushi into one of the most photographed meals online. Beyond restaurants, sushi inspired grocery products, meal kits, conveyor belt dining, and fusion cuisine. At the same time, rising demand for tuna and other seafood created concerns about sustainability. Some chefs and environmental groups began encouraging responsible fishing practices and alternative ingredients. Despite these challenges, sushi continues to evolve. Vegan sushi, plant-based seafood, and modern interpretations show how the dish keeps adapting while still staying connected to its Japanese roots. Sushi didn't become global overnight. It started as a preservation method in Japan, became a popular local dish, and later spread worldwide through immigration, trade, and media. Different cultures adapted it to their own tastes while keeping its Japanese roots. Today, sushi ranges from traditional nigiri to modern fusion rolls and is enjoyed almost everywhere, showing how food can cross borders and evolve while still honoring its origins. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of simple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.